Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. I'm host Dr. Anjum Qureshi, and I welcome you all for the World Earth Conference being organized by IDY Group of Companies. Yes, it is going to be a very interesting conference. We are going to discuss so many issues related to the climate change and, of course, to protecting and saving our Mother Earth. And the unique thing about this conference is it will be going on for 3 days, of course, but it will be having speakers from nearly from 22 countries and 5 continents on the globe. So without taking so much of time, because our speakers have already joined us, let me start with Ramya Lampo from Greece, an educator from Greece working in the Greek Ministry of Education. Now, please take over the stage.
Greetings from Greece. So it's a great pleasure to participate in this significant conference with all of you in order to celebrate all together World Earth Day. Many congratulations to IDYM for the initiative and the organization, and many thanks to Dr. Ravi Shankar for the invitation. And why we celebrate? Because human activity has actually fundamentally changed our planet. We live on every continent, and we have directly affected at least 83% of the planet's viable land surface, and our influence has impacted everything, from the makeup of ecosystems to the geochemistry of the Earth, from the atmosphere to the ocean. So many scientists define this time in the planet's history, which is shaped by the scale of human influence, and they label it as a new geological epoch called the Anthropocene. So now, if you allow me, I want to share my presentation. This one. Can you see now my presentation?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So Anthropocene, if you haven't seen so far, if you haven't watched the documentary, it's a very interesting informational documentary, which is called Anthropocene, the Human Epoch Review. It's a meditation, it's a reflection on humanity's massive reengineering of the planet, which actually captures alarming ways in which this beauty has been disturbed. This movie follows the research of an international body of scientists, the Anthropocene Working Group, who, after 10 years of research, argued that the whole gave way to the Anthropocene epoch as a result of lasting and profound human changes to the Earth. So this working group recommended a formal declaration of the end of the Holocene epoch and the start of this new geologic phase. So what is this Anthropocene period? Is I could say an official unit of geologic time used to describe the most recent period in Earth's history when human activity started to have a significant impact on the planet's climate and ecosystems. Why this is important? It is related. First of all, I want to say about the etymology. It's a Greek word, Anthropocene. The etymology derives from the two components of ancient Greece. Scene means geological epoch or age, and anthropo means human in ancient Greek. Why is this related to climate change? Climate change is one of the most complex we face today. It involves many dimensions: science, economics, society, politics, moral and ethical questions, and it's a global complex problem. Why this is alarming? Because according to the World Economic Forum report, the failure to mitigate and adapt to climate change will be the most impactful risk facing communities worldwide in the coming decade. Ahead even of weapons of mass destruction or water crisis. And according also to World Health Organization, climate change is expected to cause approximately 250,000 additional deaths between 2030 and 2050. So world is now about 1 degree warmer than it was in the 19th century. And of course, carbon dioxide in the atmosphere has risen. Temperature must slow down. We want to avoid the worst consequences. And if nothing is done, climate scientists say that expect that global warming could exceed 4 degrees. This is how temperature rise, and this is what are the expectations if we do nothing, how our planet, how the climate will be, the global warming. So what are the impacts? Of course, extreme weather events are already more intense across the globe. Hotter temperatures mean that in places like Siberia, they release the greenhouse gases that are trapped for centuries in the atmosphere. Of course, these extreme temperatures, extreme rainfall caused by historic flooding, like in China or Pakistan. And this is more difficult for people living in developing countries because these people usually are expected to suffer the most as they have fewer resources to adapt to climate change. And the planet's oceans and habitats also are under threat. Scientists believe also that at least 550 species could be lost in this century if action is not taken. And what are, of course, the causes? We all know the manufacturing goods, the generating power, the cutting down forests, the overconsumption, power buildings, producing food, and all these factors that we know we're aware of it. So how climate change affects the world? According to the UN climate body, if global temperature rise, this is what we expect. The UK and Europe will be vulnerable to flooding. Many African countries are likely to suffer droughts and food shortages. Australia is likely to suffer extremes of heat and increases in deaths from wildfires. What the governments are doing, we'll know that in Paris, the International Agreement 2015, and last year, Egypt hosted a summit for world leaders called COP, where countries came together and they made contributions to tackling climate change. In Europe, we have what we call European Green Deal. It's the European Union pledged this way to reset its commitment to tackling climate change and environmental challenges. This way it suggests a set of deeply transformative policies, such as stepping up climate and energy policy, because with the target of reducing the European Union greenhouse emissions by at least 50% by 2030 and achieving climate neutrality by 2050, the European Union pledged to revise and reinforce all relevant climate-related policy instruments. Industrial energy is an industrial strategy for a carbon-free circular economy, because the European Union intends to double the recycling rate by 2030, building, renovating energy resource efficient ways, sustainable smart mobility with the aim of green transport, green common agricultural policy, preserving and protecting biodiversity, in order to expand the area covered by the European Natura 2000 network protected nature areas, and a zero pollution vision for a toxic-free environment. This concerns a revision of the European Union air quality standards and all the measures to reduce pollution. It's interesting to see, although recently I read this book of Bill Gates, How to Avoid Climate Disaster, and it suggests what we can do as citizens, as consumers, and as employees or employers. And of course, Tree Plantation Day, for many reasons. What we all know, especially educators, how it's important to encourage students to be involved in such kind of activities, tree plantation. Why? Because we all know the ecological environmental value of this, the personal spiritual value of trees, the practical value. And why? Because trees actually can combat climate change. Trees absorb carbon dioxide, they remove and store the carbon while they release oxygen back into the air. And they say that in 1 year, an acre of mature trees absorb the same amount of carbon dioxide produced when you drive your car 26,000 miles. Trees are important to clean the air. Trees absorb odors and pollutant gases. They provide oxygen before they cool the cities. They conserve energy. They beautify spaces. They provide food. They help prevent soil erosion and help with drought mediation. For many, many reasons, this is important to be engaged in such kinds of activities in order to support the 4 pillars of sustainability: human, economic, social, environmental sustainability. As an educator, I want to emphasize, I want to highlight the importance of environmental education or education for sustainable development, because it promotes active learning, citizenship, and student leadership. It empowers youth to share their voice and make a difference. It promotes a sense of place and connection through community involvement. And of course, the aim of this education is to empower people to participating in shaping a sustainable future. Education for sustainable development should be holistic, value-driven, and interdisciplinary, so to promote critical thinking, problem solving, include a variety of learning and teaching methods. This means that we need to integrate, we need an environmental framework. Environmental framework is necessary, and of course, environmental literacy goes along with this. Environmental literacy depends on this learner's ability to ask questions, to seek information, to speculate. And this way, learners can be familiar with inquiry, because they can learn how to master fundamental skills of organizing information, to synthesize information, develop and communicate explanations. So the environmental literacy is related to all this set of skills, such as questioning, analysis, interpretation skills. Students develop an understanding of how changes in one system result in changes in another. And all these set of skills for understanding and addressing, skills for analyzing, investigating the environmental issues, and of course, decision-making, action skills, and personal and civic responsibility. How to accept personal responsibility, recognize efficacy, and developing agency. STEM education has been proven to be very important, significant in order to help to tackle climate change. Here you can see a project of my students. They use STEM technology to innovate. They implemented a project how technology can help us protect our health for citizens who live in apartments in cities, in polluted cities, and how we can help reduce the noise pollution with programming and STEM technology. And apart from this, here in the Greek ministry where I'm working, I launched last year a project which is called SOS for Changing the Earth's Climate, and it is addressed to primary school students. It's a interdisciplinary STEM project which combines environmental education, arts, and STEM education, and it's addressed to primary school students because at this age, students must be familiar with these kind of values such as compassion, love for the environment, and develop at the same time volunteerism and service learning. So this project is based on 5 sustainable development goals. And through this project, students get acquainted with various ways in which humans affect the environment. They can realize their own responsibility. They have the opportunity to experiment and collaborate, to solve authentic problems, to utilize experiential exploratory discovery methods, to develop communication skills, of course, strengthen environmental awareness, and to realize that we all have a responsibility to protect the environment. And this is a project that have integrated activities such as stimulate weather phenomena, measurements of building a mini meteorological station, and many other activities. The goal of this all this project is, of course, to help sensitize students and teachers towards this global issue of climate change, and help students enhance their social sensitivity and to reinforce environmental responsibility. Apart from this, I'm the founder also of many international STEM projects implemented in Africa. And these projects are addressed to vulnerable groups, to the privileged children, and help in order to develop sustainability and help these students have a better quality of life. So thank you very much for your attention, and happy Earth Day.
Thank you very much, ma'am. It was really a great presentation, and it was really listening to your presentation, because yes, as you were saying about environmental education. So this was actually very good, and especially the education for sustainable development and how the technology can help to protect our health, protect our environment. So that was really a great start. I hope our chief guest for the function, Major Mohammad Ali Shah, has also joined with us. Yes, he is there with us. Mohammad Ali Shah, sir, are you there? So he is having some network issue because Mohammad Ali Shah, sir, are you there? Are you able to hear us? I think he must be having some network issues. I was not able to hear. Okay, let's go ahead by that time. And I invite another speaker that we have with us. Nirmala ma'am. Yes, Nirmala ma'am is there. Nirmala Devi ma'am from Malaysia and educated from Malaysia. Nirmala Devi ma'am, can this start the screen?
Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much, Dr. Anjum Qureshi, IDYM Foundation, for giving me this opportunity to celebrate Earth Day together. So for me, every day is Earth Day, but this special month in April is ordinary month because I usually engage more educators and students locally and globally in order to create awareness among each other in order to save the earth. I'm thankful to Rania ma'am. Just now she spoke so well regarding the policy, the green gases effects, and many other projects that she has undertaken with her students from her setting. So that gives the awareness that all of us can take into consideration in order to engage and empower our students in our setting. So as an elementary school educator from Malaysia, I would like to share the glimpses of actions that we have taken in order to save the Mother Earth, to protect Mother Earth from further destructions. So for me, planning is over. What I'm trying to do from my setting is that taking real actions in order to save the Mother Earth. So with that, Dr. Anjum, may I share the screen?
Yes, ma'am, please go ahead.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Anjum. Okay, so actually my students, they are 11 and 12 years old students in an elementary school. So I usually bring along my students around the globe locally and also globally in order to learn English language and at the same time for them to learn how to lead sustainable lifestyles. Due to Eid Mubarak celebrations, my students are unable to join because they are having holidays for 2 weeks. Okay, so these are the students, and we have more other students who have done excellent jobs in order to save the Mother Earth. So this is the place where I come from, Malaysia. West Malaysia is Malaysia. So this is Tawau, very close to Indonesia, Kalimantan. Okay, so this is the school where I'm teaching. There are 54 teachers, 714 students. It's a co-ed school. And we have celebrated 100 years of the school's establishment recently. Okay, so let me go. All right, so every year during World Earth Day celebration, we will create awareness for the students by launching Earth Day celebration in the school. We have 2 sessions, so morning and afternoon sessions. The students are 7 to 12 years old students. So we create awareness in getting them to get involved in quiz, doing origami, Earth Day pledge, prototypes using papers, glass bottles, plastics, and the younger ones, they feel interested to learn more about saving the earth through arts and craft, presentation, creative videos, slogans, plantation activity, story writing, essay writing, and also, as I mentioned earlier, global connections, where my students present these slides to other students around the globe in order to create awareness, and also plastic waste management, where we get the students on every Wednesday for 20 minutes prior to the school, prior to the lessons. They will collect we will collect the trash which they bring from home in order to send to recyclers, and we create funds for this project. And also we create awareness through poster making and also coloring. Okay. Okay, so this is the glimpses of I would like to share the photos of our recent Earth Day World Launching Celebration, which was held 2 weeks back, where the students actually, they donated some plants for the educators and the school so that more plants can be planted. And this is one of the ways to encourage them, to show them that plantation activity is very important to create habitat for insects, animals, and also for humans as well. Okay, so as I mentioned earlier, we get the students to bring used plastic waste from home, and also they collect plastic waste from school, and we managed to collect almost 100 kilograms of plastic waste last year, and we are improvising the project and doing it at different levels this year. And also we encourage the students to create prototypes or upcycling in order to use, to reuse the plastic waste, so that, we encourage them also not to reuse only, but also to refuse the usage of plastics. And also my student joined in global project. This is called Suchana project, where my students managed to get 4th placing and 2nd placing in this UN SDG project. And we also create awareness for the younger ones by giving them the topics or brainstorming them in order for them to create posters, because they love coloring. So through coloring, they're able, drawing and coloring, they're able to understand and able to realize some sort of their actions in order to save the Mother Earth, the sea creatures, and and help to help one another to create better sustainable lifestyle. And this is the recent one in February, where this person, she's the Minister of Education in Malaysia, where we managed to put up the booth in our city, and we managed to showcase our Go Green project, where we managed to create the waste management project and many other projects in connection with technology development, and also in order to create awareness for this Earth Day celebration prior to the celebration. And also we collaborate with global educators. For example, we collaborated with Toyota Miami High School in Japan, where we managed to get tote bags from them in order to refuse and reduce the usage of plastic bags. And we managed to get educators from India in order to teach our students to use used t-shirts in order to create shopping bags for them to use and refuse the usage of plastic bags. And also we made it Earth Day Man, where a teacher from Armenia, teacher Alice Durgarian, she managed to join my classroom a few sessions and taught my students how to make Earth Man and made pledges to create sustainable lifestyle and also to save the earth. Like what Miss Rania said just now regarding planting activity, that is planting trees. So we make it a compulsory, one student, one plant, so that many students can plant more plants and create a better environment, and also which will be useful for humans, and also, as I mentioned earlier, habitat for animals and also insects. So some students in my school, probably they might not have touched the soil because the parents are doing for them. So by doing this plantation activity, so at least the students are getting first-hand information in order to plant the trees, care for the trees, and also to fertilize, and they understand why plantation is so important. And also we create many other arts and craft activities for the students, because all the students might not have same interest. So due to that, we create different activities for the students to understand the whole idea of celebrating Earth Day and saving the earth. At the same time, I mentioned earlier, we collaborated with educators from India, from Romania, from Armenia, from many other countries in order to exchange ideas and also projects from one another in order to learn, for my students to learn and to support in celebrating Earth Day in taking care of Mother Earth. Okay, and okay, so before I end, okay, this is the one. Okay, these are some of the glimpses of presentations, of prototypes, of many other projects done by the students, which is kept nicely in this Padlet. My students have done. So this was done last year, and this year we are doing almost similar. But this year we are improvising, and then we hope to get more students support in community service. They're also leading. They're also involved in community service where they distribute pamphlets to other classes, other students in the school, and also in the neighborhood. So by doing this, I really hope that my students will learn to save and protect the earth, not only from school, but also at home. So, so with that, I would like to end my presentation by with a quote from Dalai Lama, which is, "The threat of climate change is not limited by national boundaries. It affects us all. We must work to protect nature and the planet, which is our only home." So with that, I would like to wish happy celebrating Earth Day to all of you and also your students out there. And at the same time, I would like to wish happy celebrating Eid Mubarak to Dr. Anjum Qureshi and all other educators who are here, whoever celebrating. Happy celebrating Eid Mubarak. And in Malaysia, we are celebrating Eid Mubarak tomorrow. Okay, that's all from me, Dr. Anjum.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much. Yes, it was a very great message that the threat of climate change, it actually affects us all. It is not limited to a nation. And thanks for the Eid wishes. Yes, and in India, we are celebrating it tomorrow. We just got the message. Thank you very much for the beautiful presentation, especially for the that was a wonderful presentation because of the activities that you have done, how you are creating awareness among the students. That is really great to know, and we really salute your efforts now. And with this, I would like to call upon the next speaker, Patricia Gunde, ma'am, from Zimbabwe.
Hello, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone, and welcome to this important webinar about Earth Day. Thank you so much, IDYM, for giving me this opportunity to be sharing with you today on World Earth Day. And thank you, our moderator. I can't share my PowerPoint. I've got a low battery. We have got load shedding here in Zimbabwe the whole day. So I'm just going to discuss a little bit about World Earth Day. This year's theme is particularly significant as we face mounting challenges. And this year's World Earth Day theme is on investing in our planet. We know that we've got so many problems that are very significant that we are facing in our countries, like climate change, deforestation, pollution, biodiversity loss. And I would just like to point out on that World Earth Day like this is a great opportunity for us to be raising awareness about the importance of protecting the environment and taking actions to reduce our impact on the planet. This needs people who are very innovative, people who have got a positive mindset to deal with issues like this. For example, with climate change, it has got impacts that worry us, such as rising sea levels. They're rising each and every day, the extreme weather events, and loss of biodiversity. So there's a need for us, for the governments, to reduce greenhouse emissions and slow down on global warming. And then we're looking at sustainable living, which all of us can be part of it, and it plays a great role in reducing our carbon footprint. Think of reducing plastic waste. What are we doing in our communities? I know that at my school, we've got so many projects that we are doing that I wanted to share with you, whereby we use the 4 R's: reduce, reuse, recycle, and repair. We have included repair to be the fourth one, is our children are reusing plastic, making the weather stations, making bed feeders. There's so many things that they are using to that they are using. And then also, for example, right now we are in a project where our children are talking about saving the green turtles. So that's part of it. Yes, we are far away. We are a landlocked country, but we also look at what's happening in other countries. Some of them, they do not even know what the turtle is, but they learn about it. They see videos about it, and they are on a campaign to save the green turtle. Then we look at environmental conservation, and it is very important to preserve natural habitats and protect endangered species. We need to get involved in conservation efforts around the world and find ways to get involved in conservation projects. And then environmental justice. We know that there is a disproportionate impact of environmental issues, especially on marginalized communities, and the importance of addressing environmental justice. So there's need for example, access to clean water. We know that everyone should have clean water. Our councils, our government should provide clean water. So environmental justice is needed. So I'd like to focus more on sustainable living that we can also do, because sustainable living is a lifestyle that seeks to reduce individual or society's use of natural resources that we can do in our homes, in our communities, and minimize those negative impacts on the environment while maintaining or improving the quality of life. So we need to look at living sustainably, and sustainable living can help us to protect and preserve the natural resources such as water, such as forests, such as wildlife. And also we need to look at sustainable living practices that we can do in our homes, like reducing energy consumption, which each and every one of us here is capable of doing. This can be done by turning off lights, electronics when not in use, using energy efficient appliances that we can make use of, insulating our homes and adjusting our thermostats to conserve energy. So living sustainably involves these practices. And also we need to, in terms of using public transportation, cycling or walking instead of driving. So because of the emissions, we want to reduce the emissions from the cars. So this can reduce the carbon footprint and promote a healthy lifestyle. Then we also need to eat a plant-based diet, or then reduce meat consumption. I'm a criminal for this because I like my meat. So the production of meat has got a significant impact on the environment, including deforestation, water pollution, greenhouse gas emissions. So by reducing our meat consumption or adopting a plant-based diet, we can reduce the carbon footprint and promote sustainable agriculture. Then we need to reduce the waste and recycling. This can be done by using reusable bags. I thought I had brought mine that I wanted to show you. We should use reusable bags instead of using plastic paper bags, and using also reusable containers, bottles, and composting food waste. Recycling paper. I like the ideas that Rania Lampo and Nimala were sharing, whereby we can also recycle paper. We know that we have been in a project whereby we're recycling paper, making classroom materials, so that if someone says we don't have such a thing, we want to make puppets, we want use, recycle the paper, the plastics. And we can also buy eco-friendly products that are made from sustainable material, which are very energy efficient, and they need minimal packaging. Then by adopting these practices, really sure we can significantly reduce the carbon footprint and promote sustainable living. So we need to take action. And how are some of the methods? How can we take action? We need to get involved in local government, in our communities, attend city councils, voice our concerns and advocate for policies like we are doing right now. We are raising our concerns, and we need to support even local businesses. It's another way of promoting sustainability in our communities. For example, buying local products as well that are made from reusable waste. And then we need also in our communities, maybe to start community gardens. I'm also involved in a project whereby we want to have a community orchard in some of the areas that we feel that children, they need a lot of fruits, they need just for their nutrition. So you can start with community gardens, and it is a great way to promote sustainable living in our communities, because community gardens provide fresh, locally grown products rather than going to buy the tinned ones in our shops, and they promote biodiversity. So we need to reduce food waste as well. And then we need also, for example, I should have shown you my slides, organizing community cleanups, the beach cleanups. Here we don't have the beach, but we can do cleanup campaigns every first Friday of the month. We organize community cleanups, and we can even engage the corporate world who can come and donate even books if they are educational institutions. So we need to organize community cleanup as a way of promoting sustainability in our community. Picking up litter, properly disposing of it. Right now we are in a project whereby we want to source bins, because we see that when we go to church, some of the churches do not even have bins. When we go out in the community, there are no bins. So we need to source for those bins, color-coded bins, so that also we teach our children. So like I said, promoting sustainable transportation. Then how do we need to invest in our planet? Like our theme is on investing, support renewable energy. We need to support renewable energy by investing in renewable energy products. Reducing waste, protecting biodiversity as well is one of the things that we can do. Then support sustainable agriculture and invest in green infrastructure. Just 2 days ago, we were talking about an organic garden, whereby maybe we need to come to go into a project and make sure that we start something for the community so that they have something to live in. So concluding, investing in our planet is crucial for ensuring a sustainable future for ourselves, but especially for the future generations, our children, our grandchildren, our great-grandchildren. So by supporting renewable energy, reducing waste, protecting biodiversity, supporting sustainable agriculture, and investing in green infrastructure, we can all do our part to create a more sustainable and livable world. So let's work together to invest in our planet and create a bright and sustainable future for all of us. Thank you so much, IDYM, for giving me this opportunity today to be talking to you.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for joining with us. And it was really a wonderful presentation. And of course, like you said, like being an educator, the greatest thing that we can do is we can create awareness among the children, because they are the ones who are going to shape the, they are the future of the nation. So if you want to start with awareness, it is the best way to start with the students. And the kind of activities you have mentioned, the kind of initiatives that you have mentioned, they are so nice. And of course, if all of us join hands together, we work in collaboration with each other, we can surely have a safe planet to live in few years from now. And with this, I call upon our next speaker, Lawrence Toncio, ma'am, from Romania. Welcome, ma'am, on board. Welcome on the virtual stage.
Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. And thank you, IDYM, for giving me this great opportunity to be here on World Earth Day celebration. First of all, I want to congratulate all the speakers before me. Their ideas were simply wonderful, and it's so inspiring to see educators inspiring their students to do their best, coming up with ideas to help Mother Earth, and making sure that the future generations benefit from what we can still see around us. If I may today, I wanted to speak a bit about how important it is to follow the SDGs, especially those related to climate and life on Earth. And SDG 15 talks about everything that we see around us, life on Earth. This planet is our home. It has given us everything we need to sustain life: water to drink, rich soil to grow our crops, and clean air to breathe, all the plants and animals, all life. And now the planet needs us. Mother Earth is in danger, and we have to find solutions to keep the planet safe, not only for us, but also for the future generations. We need to protect, restore, and promote sustainable use of terrestrial ecosystems, sustainably manage forests, combat desertification, and stop all land degradation. Deforestation is one of the main causes of climate change, because there are less plants and trees to take up the carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. And why are forests important? Earth is suffering from damage and degradation of land due to human activities. Deforestation, desertification, pollution, the destruction of ecosystems, and the killing of animals. All these actions affect the delicate balance of our world and threaten our existence and the existence and well-being of all the creatures who inhabit this beautiful world. Almost 75% of the Earth's surface has been altered by human activities, and this has a negative impact on wildlife, the cleanness of the water and air, the quality of the soil, and the weather patterns. Around 1 million animals and plant species are threatened with extinction, and already we have lost so many of them. Trees and all green plants take in carbon dioxide and release oxygen during photosynthesis. Plants also carry out the opposite process, known as respiration, in which they emit carbon dioxide, but in smaller amounts than they take in during photosynthesis. The carbon is stored in the plant, helping it to grow. When trees are cut down and burned or allowed to rot, their stored carbon is released into the air as carbon dioxide. And this is how deforestation and forest degradation contribute to global warming. According to the best current estimate, deforestation is responsible for about 10% of all global warming emissions. We desperately need to do everything in our power to save the environment. Every second is precious, and every second is precious, and we need to do everything that we can. Planting a tree, everything that we can do helps the earth, which is threatened by pollution and poisonous waste. We can save the earth from getting polluted by choosing eco-friendly things. It's really easy. Getting plastic bags from the supermarket, buying instead of buying plastic ones, using reusable bags, planting trees, raising awareness. Every action counts because the effects are still reversible. Despite all the damage we have caused, we can still restore habitats and return species to them, clean rivers, renovate buildings, replenish the topsoil, replant forests. We have only one planet, and we must do everything to save it. And teachers need to motivate, inspire, and empower the students to learn about Sustainable Development Goals and how they can help Mother Earth. To raise awareness about the dangers of that our world is facing, we organized environmental campaigns. Drawings, posters, paintings were put in our school in order to encourage other students to be more responsible and to adopt a sustainable way of life. These are some of the works of my students. We had class presentations and even a theater play in which we talked about the effects that pollution has on our earth. We had recycling campaigns. We planted trees and organized donations. We tried to send a powerful message through theater. We planted trees, wrote poetry. This is one of the messages from one of my students.
Hi guys, I'm Lavinia. Fun fact, did you know that there's no plan B as there's no planet B? We must energize Plan A for action to make the one planet we have safe and productive for future generations, with a healthier environment, not loss, with higher, not lower standards for living. All over the world, no planet B is an increasingly hard call for action. So pay attention because this planet is the only home we have. And this is our chance to save it. So be more responsible.
And these are, again, some of our activities. So let's do our best to save the planet because it is the only one we have. Thank you so much. Thank you, IDYM, for allowing me to share my views today.
Yes, thank you, ma'am. Firstly, for the presentation, like always, your presentations are so beautiful, so captivating. And of course, more than the presentation, the message that you have given, yes, we have only one planet to live. We don't have any other second planet, no planet B. So we have to be together and we have to save the Mother Earth together. And of course, as an educator, we have a very great duty to motivate, inspire, and empower everyone. That was a great message coming from you and your students. And thank you very much once again. And my dear viewers, let me tell you, we are actually at the World Earth Day celebration, the IDYM Foundation. And we have already started with it. And of course, we have been witnessing so many wonderful presentations, one after the other. And we have one more educator, one more great presenter from Indonesia, Datun Jolo, ma'am. So I welcome you, ma'am.
Thank you. My name is Roro. I come from Indonesia. This is about what it is, Day Summit Day 1. Thank you for this good opportunity for me so that I can be in the glorious place. A future in which catastrophic climate change and keep at by while we still power our developing what a future in which we can feel 10 billion people worldwide and provide cleaner, more abundant drinking water, while also protecting life-giving land, lakes, and river. A future in which natural will still beats strong through healthy wild and magnificent landscape, while our cities are strengthened by harmony with nature. This is in Indonesia. A future in which people and nature thrive together. What we do between now and 2030 will determine whether we slow warming will avoid the worst impact of climate change, while also conserving enough land and water to slow accelerate species loss. This vision of the future is achievable, and we must join together and put all our effort to make this vision a reality. Here, three-wise, we need one, produce more food on less land. Example, using hydroponic growing system. The second is eliminate overfishing. Example, regulate fishing. Third, increase clean energy. Example, planning our city, fighting for use of solar energy for street and light. This is in my city. We use solar energy for the light in the street. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much, ma'am. It was a wonderful presentation, and of course, like the initiatives that you told, some of them which can be adopted by everyone. And one of them that you told, like using the renewable sources of energy. So that is something, which I always keep on telling my students, because yes, we are using so much of technologies that it is also time that we should think about the renewable sources of energies that are available with us. And yes, of course, the other initiatives that you discussed about, like going more food and less land and all, that was really, really, very great initiatives. And there are wonderful presentations coming one after the other. And with this, I call upon the next speaker, Dr. Suraj Kumar Mukti from Odisha, sorry, from Raipur, India.
Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, namaste. This is Dr. Suraj Kumar Mukti from India. Initially, I would like to share my presentation here. I believe it is visible.
Yes,
Is it
sir,
visible?
Yes, it is visible, sir.
Is it visible? Yeah, yeah. And I'm audible? Yeah.
Yes. Camera dear.
Yeah, this is very important topic now. Earth Day celebration. Why this celebration is needed now? Because there is a worry of Earth. We are, afraid about so many things nowadays, because we have did so many activities which are not required, or which was not expected from us as a good human being. But we are still doing that type of problem. So this will definitely create the problem to Earth, our planet Earth. So this is the biggest problem. So this is the right time. This is an alarming situation where we should be aware about our Earth. So that's why we are celebrating this Earth Day. What is Earth Day? This will be the content of the presentation. What is the objective? What is the Earth Day? why 2020 April is celebrated as Earth Day, what are our core goals, issues, and theme of 2023, pillars of theme of 2023, what are called as 3 R's, activities to practice, oath, and conclusion will be presented over there in this presentation. So initially, our objective is to provide educators, students, and the general public with resources and solutions to create a healthier, more sustainable planet. Reuse, reduce, recycle today so that you don't have to reduce our tomorrow. This is our biggest worry nowadays. Earth Day is celebrated each year on 22 April. Why on 22 April this is celebrated? This is the big question. Now, here we can see the brief history of Earth Day. The idea of Earth Day was first proposed by Senator Gaylord Nelson of Wisconsin in 1969. After witnessing the devastating effect of an oil spill in Santa Barbara, California. So this was the initiation of the Earth Day. On April 2020, 1970, the first Earth Day was celebrated in the United States with rallies and events in cities across the country. It was estimated that 20 million Americans participated. So this was the initiation of Earth Day. Now, the question arises, what is the importance of Earth Day? Earth Day is an opportunity to raise awareness about environmental issues and promote environmental sustainability. By drawing attention to the challenges facing our planet, Earth Day helps to inspire people to take action to protect the environment. Basically, this is a kind of caution, what we can call it as a caution or precaution, so that we can try to save our Earth. Earth Day provides a platform for environmental organizations, governments, business, and individuals to collaborate and share ideas on how to address environmental problems. This can lead new partnerships, initiatives focused on environmental sustainability. Earth Day helps to hold governments and business accountable for their environmental impact by putting pressure on policymakers and corporations to take action on environmental issues. Earth Day can lead to the creation of new policies and regulations that protect the environment. So basically, we are focusing on the protection of environment. So because environment is going to be polluted day by day. So what is Earth Day? Why we do Earth Day? Earth Day is a global event. It is an annual celebration that honors the achievement of the environmental moments. It raises awareness of needs to protect Earth's natural resources for future generations. Earth Day is celebrated on April 2020. Today it includes a wide range of events coordinating globally, including 1 billion people in more than 193 countries. Today is the 53 anniversaries and 54th observance of Earth Day. Why April 2020? The question arises and in our mind, Earth Day falls on 22 April only. The day was chosen by the original events organizer, Wisconsin Gaylord Nelson, for simple reasons. Earth Day was an event focused on challenge student, and an April 22 did not interfere with spring break, final exams, major religious holidays such as Easter, and was late enough in spring to anticipate decent weather for outdoor activities. So that's why this day was chosen, and this date was intentionally chosen to celebrate on this date only. History, we can see here, what is the history of Earth Day? As I told you earlier, on January 28, 1916, a well drilled by Union Oil Platform. So it was initiated by Union Oil Platform. So this is the history we have discussed about it. As a result, the first Earth Day celebration took place on April 22, 1970 in New York City, in which 20 million Americans demonstrated in different US cities. Now we have some goals of the Earth Day. Why this Earth Day is celebrated? So here we can discuss that goals. Broaden the meaning of environment to include issues such as climate change, green schools, and environmental curricula, green jobs, and renewable energy. Diversify the movement by providing civic management opportunities at the local, state, national, and global level around the world. Recognizing that climate change impacts our most vulnerable citizens first and most severely. Earth Day networks often work with low-income communities to bring their voices and issues into the moment. Mobilize communities by working with partner organizations to provide opportunities for all citizens to become active in the environment movement. So this is our goal to celebrate this Earth Day. Now, here we can see various issues of Earth Day. What are the issues related of Earth Day? Here we have listed here. Okay, this set of goals underlines Earth Day events by action around the world, which can be organized into 10 core issues. These are the 10 basic core issues on which we will emphasize during the Earth Day celebration. Advocacy, climate change, conservation and biology, education, energy, food and agriculture, green economy, green schools, recycling and waste reduction, sustainable development. So these are the goals of Earth Day. What are these 10 goals? We have elaborated here one by one, although it is not needed to elaborate here in this platform. Everyone is aware about this. Here, I would like to show some other features, the state of the planet. Okay. So here we can see various types of pollutions are there nowadays. So here we can say air pollutions are there, water pollutions are there, and land pollutions are there. Other than these basic pollutions, we are having different and very important pollutions that are called as noise pollution, light pollution, and plastic pollution. So these are called as various types of pollutions, and various pollutants are there in the environment. So that should be definitely either removed, eliminated, or minimized. So how that can be done, that is the main worry of our human being nowadays. Climate change is a long-term change in average weather patterns and have come to define Earth's local, region, and global climate. Cause of climate change is shown here, like generative power, manufacturing goods, cutting down forests, powering buildings, and consuming too much to everything. So consumption of everything is too high nowadays. So definitely some kind of byproduct will be there, and that will definitely cause the pollution of the earth. So here we can see various types of pollutions are shown here, and Earth Day theme is also shown here, like Global Earth Day organizer with Day Organize has announced the 2023 theme, Invent in Our Planet. This is our theme, Invent in Our Planet, signifying the partnership of all for Mother Earth. For a green, prosperous, and equitable future to become a reality, business, governments, and civil society must take action against the climate crisis. This is the main goal of our this Earth Day celebration. Here we can see the various methods of controlling the problems. Okay, 3 pillars of Earth Day theme is shown here, like act boldly, innovate broadly, implement equitability. So these are the 3 pillars of our Earth Day, and use 3 R's to save Mother Earth. Here we have 3 R's that are reuse, reduce, and recycle. So everything should be try to reuse. We should reduce the pollutants or pollution, and we should try to recycle the things. So these are the 3 R's which are very important for the celebration of Earth Day. These are the Earth Day activity we must practice. So here we have shown various types of savings, like water saving, various kinds of energy saving, tree saving, so that we can save our Earth from various types of pollutants and pollutions. Now here at last, I would like to conclude, there is no doubt that Earth Day 2023 is a global event with a powerful message. Celebrating Earth Day reminds about Mother Earth. It educates the public on issues of concern to mobilize political will and resources to address global problems and to celebrate and reinforce achievement of humanity. Take time this year to celebrate Earth Day and contribute to the protection of Mother Earth. So this is our cumulative or holistic responsibility to save our Mother Earth as our mother. Thank you very much for this, for the giving me the opportunity to present here. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. It was really a very beautiful presentation. Just telling about, like, yes, of course, the importance of Mother Day, how it is celebrated, and certainly about the different sources of energies that we can be using, the different renewable sources of energies that we can be using. And actually, our chief guest, Dr. Major Mohammad Ali Shah, sir, has joined with us. So I request him to please continue with the session. Please take over, sir.
Thank you, Anju ma'am. Everyone, hello, good evening, and Chand Mubarak to all of you. Tomorrow is Eid. So what an auspicious day. In fact, we would be speaking on such a wonderful and such a relevant subject, which is relevant for all of us today. In fact, global warming is something which is a matter of grave concern. We see a lot of climate changes. In fact, at the G20 summit, which India is leading, climate change was one of the subjects taken up in the international community, that when such a thing happens, what do we do? So let's make the world a better place. And I heard the wonderful speakers before me. They all spoke so much of sense, and I learned so much. And Anju ma'am, thank you very much for each time hosting it so tirelessly and effortlessly. You're doing a fabulous job. Ravi bhai is doing a fabulous job. The entire IDYM community is doing a fabulous job. All of us are doing a fabulous job. And in fact, I think the world can only be a better place when we all look at my cat. That's my cat. She jumps. So even she agrees. That means that she's saying that the world is also, it should be a better place. And it would be a better place. See, she's licking her paw there. So she's quite a mischievous character. Today I was on television on a very serious subject, and this one came in the frame, and I was live on television. How funny is that? I think it's again because of climate change only, because the climate change, if the cat goes out somewhere, so it comes out ultimately for climate change only. So I would not take much of your time, everyone's time. I would just say, look at, there was flooding happening in a country recently, just a few months back. Thousands of people died. There was an earthquake in Syria, in Turkey. There was a whole lot of, and in fact, where is all this causing? Just a few days back, I remember in the evening, I had a sore throat. So I was wearing a jacket. And today it's so hot, it's difficult in like just 5 days time. In 5 days, it's difficult to step out. There's almost a heat wave. And all this has happened because we have, actually, I'll quickly conclude by saying, for a long time, we have actually spoiled the atmosphere, spoiled the earth by littering it, by pollution, by not taking care of the environment, by cutting down trees. Then what happened? In the pandemic, when the pandemic started and we were all indoors, I think everyone needs a break. So it was the Mother Earth or the nature's way of telling human beings. And we saw animals, we saw mammals coming from the sea to the land. We saw wild animals coming from the forest to the cities. We saw a different shift at that time. So it was the nature's way of telling us human beings that you have not taken care of the earth for a long time. You have spoiled the earth. Now, earth also needs a breather. It also needs some time to rest and recoup. And I'm glad that happened. We gave the earth some time to rest and recoup. I'm not glad about what happened overall. It was very, very bad. But I'm glad that we gave the earth time to rest and recoup. Similarly, we all need time to rest and recoup. And thank you very much. And I hope together we all will make the world a better place to start to live in. And I will tell you, in 1940s, just one man started a journey from Dandi, from Sabarmati Ashram to Dandi, the famous Dandi March. Mahatma Gandhi, his name was. And one man followed, 10 followed, 100 followed, 1,000 followed. And then we had a big, huge people following. As they say, the journey to 1,000 miles begins with a single step. As Majru Sultanpuri once said, मैं तो अकेले ही चला था जाने पे मंजिल, मैं तो अकेले ही चला था जाने पे मंजिल, मगर लोग साथ आते गए और कारवां बनता गया. So that is a quote for my dear friend Ravi Bhai and to the entire IDVM community. I am sure slowly and gradually we'll reach out to the entire world and we'll spread our message to the entire world, and in communicating and telling them how to make the world a better place to live in. So say no to war, but yes to love. Make love, not war. Take care. Cheers.
Thank you very much, sir. It was really a very inspiring speech. And my dear viewers, let me tell you, we were actually listening to Dr. Muhammad Ali Shah, sir, the person who is a TEDx speaker, not just a TEDx speaker, but in fact the person who has given the largest number of TEDx talks in the world. And he's also a public speaking coach. So, and serious, really, it was great listening to you and the kind of motivation you have given to all of this. And yes, with this, I would like to call upon the next speaker that we have today. With us, Dr. Aruna Watkar now.
Thank you so much, Dr. Anju, for inviting me. It's a pleasure being here. And yes, good morning, good evening, and good afternoon to one and all present here across the globe on this wonderful platform of IDY. Gratitude to Raviji and team for having created this platform to interact, share, learn from each and every one present on this amazing day, the Earth Day. And from the beginning, when I'm listening to all the speakers, I should say thank you so much for sharing the amazing thoughts across, to hear from you all, giving us all the creative ways to save our Mother Earth. And that is where we all have to think about. We all know our planet is an amazing place, surrounded with flora and fauna, beautiful mountains, rivers. There's no expression that I could put in more words to a beautiful planet, but it needs our help now to thrive, to be always on the blooming side. But we are facing right now the alarming situation, which makes us to think very seriously about our Mother Earth by drawing attention to the challenges that we are facing on this earth. Let me just add to the previous speaker, Dr. I think Suraj said that, since its inception, Earth Day has become a truly global event, celebrated in more than 193 countries around the world. It is a day for all backgrounds, people from all backgrounds to come together and take actions to protect the planet. Earth Day events take many different forms, from educational programs, and community cleanup projects to political activism and public demonstrations. At the same time, one of the main key reasons for Earth Day's global success, why we all are celebrating, is its ability to unite people across borders and cultures for a common cause, as we all are here today. Environmental issues affect everyone, regardless of where they are, where they live, or whatever background they belong to. By working together on Earth Day, and again, let me remind, and we all know that Earth Day is not just one day. It's throughout till we are on this planet, and throughout the year as well. People around the world can help create a sustainable future for our planet and all its inhabitants, including the beautiful plants and flowers and the nature that we love. And we are very sure that the nature around us is what that gives us peace, that rejuvenates us when we see the beautiful nature around us. And that is one way that we are feeling motivated to create it, to save it, and to take it further to our future generation. This Earth Day is a day of action and a reminder for everyone to reflect on the impact of human activities on this planet. And also a day to celebrate the beautiful planet and take action to preserve it. Very beautifully said by Nirmala, our previous speaker. She said, real actions are to be taken to save planet Earth. And what beautiful way the children have created the Earth Day. And it was so thoughtful of them to come up with those creativities, that come up with those amazing thoughts that some of we as adults or even as educators, we might not think, because they are one step ahead us. So they think much beyond what we think. And again, as this year, this Earth Day is the 53rd celebration of the Earth Day. And as said, it was held on April 22nd, 1970 by Senator Gaylord Nelson, who created Earth Day as a way to force this major issue onto the national agenda. Until unless it came up to the national agenda, we would not have thought about it because it would not be brought to our notice that these are the real issues that we are facing to save our planet. And once that was into the national agenda, it is continued till date, which is celebrated as an annual celebration, you call it, that honors the achievements of the environmental movement and raises awareness of the need to protect Earth's natural resources for future generations. Celebrations of World Earth Day revolves around spreading awareness about environmental problems. And very thoughtfully, the theme of the Earth Day is designed. Invest. What is the word invest? When we think about invest, the first thing is like, every important aspect in our daily life. Invest in yourself to grow and learn, invest to secure your future and your children, invest today and get returns in double, whatever you say it as mutual funds, banks, etc. Why am I talking on the term invest? Because of the theme, invest in our planet. We should give ourselves to see what best we can do to make our planet beautiful. If not, whatever you can in your surroundings, whatever you can in the place where you're staying or where you're residing, it makes a huge difference. And when you do it, others will follow. So we have to take one step ahead to make others follow, rather than we just everyone, we talk and talk and talk. But then when we don't put it into action, then definitely it is not going to work. So invest our time as well, invest our thoughts, invest our creativity, invest our new ideas to save and our planet to make it beautiful. And yes, as And Earth Day theme is designed to all the governments and citizens around the world to the need to invest in our planet, improve our environment, and give our descendants a better and safe future. Are we really creating or saving our future? Or for our kids, for our great, as Ms. Patricia said, for our great grandchildren? Yes, we have to think about it. And again, based on this particular today, the World Earth Day, as Kathleen Rogers, president of Earth Day organization, she says, in 2023, we must come together again in partnership for the planet. Businesses, governments, and civil society are equally responsible for taking action against the climate crisis, lighting the spark to accelerate change towards a green, prosperous, and equitable future. We must join together in a fight for the green revolution and for the health of future generations. The time is now to invest in our planet. How beautifully she has described the Earth Day in these couple of lines, and which gives us all the meaning that we all are talking about. Equitable future, need to put forth a just and equitable implementation of climate and environmental policies, which needs to go hand in hand with the broader sustainable development objectives. So many platforms, so many people, so many organizations, schools, colleges are working on the sustainable development goals. So where we are knowing that, yes, the awareness is already spread, but it is yet to spread across at all ages, across all countries. The present state of planetary health, along with this pandemic-driven socio-economic crisis, calls for a revisit of the queries related to the global ambition and measures for the sustainable development. Because during the pandemic, there are a lot of things that has been affected. It could be our economic crisis that we had, everybody had that. And that has taken us into a different level, but that doesn't mean that because we had a difficult time, we forget Mother Nature. Very important. And the impact of human activity on the planet, definitely, I think everybody would agree that it cannot be overstated. Climate change, pollution, deforestation, habitat destructions are just a few of the ways that we are damaging the planet, you say directly or indirectly. And being an educator myself, I completely agree to Rania Lamper's statement. What she said was environmental literacy in education system through the SDG goals, the STEAM education is very, very important, so that even our from the primary level, the children get awareness of what they are heading to, what they need to, and what they want to do to make the future safe. And let us encourage people to take action to protect the planet. It is a day for every individual, communities, and governments to come together to find solutions to environmental challenges. And changes and challenges doesn't come just like that. And as I see that every school, when I saw all the PPT, the presentations, so beautifully the statement was given when Laura was speaking. The beautiful statement from the student was, there is no planet B. There's only one planet. Such a beautiful thought that a student can give, and why we won't think about it. We should all think. And Earth Day, again, it is a reminder of the beauty and fragility of our own planet. It is a call to action to protect the planet for the future generation by means of what all the solutions provided in by all the students that we saw just now, by planting trees, cleaning up litter, reducing waste, taking other actions to protect the planet, which will definitely make a difference. So as we said that We all need a break from our whole year of our work. We need a break. So wherever we think of a break, so we, as our chief guest said, give a break to the Mother Earth as well. That's the slogan that we need to keep in mind. When we say give a break to Mother Earth, it means that commitment to protect the planet and all beautiful flowers and fauna and flora and the complete environment, the nature that call it home. And as per the theme, which goes by this particular Earth Day, that is, it's not just a talk, but it is very important that we go ahead, the 3 pillars to follow. We need to act, bring in innovation, and implement them, which means that when we need to act, it is not just say it out, but act it. Bring it into action boldly. Innovate it, which means that bring in innovation in a broader perspective, not the solution for just now, today, but for the future. And implement it equitably, which is understood. So save the earth to save the hope of life in the future. And every Earth Day we celebrate, or every day I mean to say, is dedicated to raising awareness, inspiring action to tackle the various environmental challenges. Avoid using plastics, as we all have heard from the time we are on this platform. Saving all natural resources, electricity and water, so as to put less pressure on Earth for generation of production of these resources. When we are pressurized too much with our work, we go mad, we go crazy. But the Mother Earth can't say it out. We have to realize that. So let us give a break, put less pressure on Mother Earth to save our future generation by various means, like volunteering. Millions of people take part by bringing awareness. Being an artist, we saw beautiful artistic way the children had created the posters. Wow, that was really, really amazing. Create an art by playing a huge part in capturing the public's imagination. What could be, what is happening now, what could be, what it could be if we really save the earth. All these are the innovation, creativity that we are thinking of. Focus on education, and that is what we as educators should do. It's only by focusing on the next generation that the environmental fight can continue. Education about environmental challenges and individual actions we can all take in different means. When we talk about focus on education, I go by with the speaker, Ms. Rania. She said that quality education, land on life, peace, justice, and the saving the planet, which are the main focus that need to bring in the education system, into the education system. So a curriculum, educational curriculum, has to be based on those aspects. So, and hosting or joining events. Today, IDYM has hosted the event, such a beautiful event, and we have all joined this event. And these awareness events, or the street rallies, or the marches, or the marathon, all helps in bringing the awareness. So planting a tree in a local park or garden is a simple but effective way to celebrate Earth Day. I would conclude by just saying one quote: let every breath, every word, and every step make the Mother Earth proud of us. And with this, I conclude my talk here. And thank you so much for listening me out. Thank you.
Thank you very much, ma'am. That was really motivational talk from you. And like you said, yes, it's time to invest in Mother Earth, and we should be putting less pressure on the Mother Earth. We should give a break to the Mother Earth. And yes, the awareness has started coming from every side with the educators and all the organizations around the world are working. But now it's the time that this awareness should come into action. We need to take action over it. We need to come together and work over it. Thank you very much once again, ma'am, for joining with us and for such a wonderful space. Thank you very much. And with this, I would like to call upon our next speaker, Rachna Chakravarti, ma'am. Rachna Chakravarti ma'am, please take over the session.
Yeah, good evening to one and all present over here. It was really,
Good evening, ma'am.
it was really pleasure listening to all the great stalwarts speaking about the Earth Day. I'm Professor Rachna Chakravarti from Mumbai, India, and I'm truly, truly privileged and honored to be a part of this 53rd celebration of the Earth Day on this wonderful platform of IDYM. First of all, gratitude to our three stalwarts and the three heads who is working. First, I want to wish on this occasion, happy Eid. I don't want to wait for tomorrow. So it's like a festival time. So great heads working behind Anjum ma'am and Daniel is there, Jinath ma'am. So it's a festival for them, but still the dedication and work for the Mother Earth is here, which we can see. And really hats off to you all. This is called dedication. So the dedication starts here, your dedication to Mother Earth, something to create the awareness to spread more of awareness is can be seen highlighted here with the three stalwarts and the three heads of IDYM. And of course, Raviji is creating history of making this day divided into 21st, 22nd, and 23rd, where so many speakers, so many great brains would be talking about and spreading this awareness across the globe. So first with that is gratitude and dedication. I would like to start today's great occasion with just a few words taking it, which is also known to everyone. I would not say that no one knows about this very important poem, that little drops of water, little grains of sand makes the mighty ocean and the pleasant land. So there are a lot more with this, little deeds of kindness, little words of love, make our earth an Eden like the heaven above. And the little moments, humble though they be, make the mighty angels of eternity. So, ladies and gentlemen, with this few lines, which was very nicely made by J.A. Canary in 1848, has thought about this little drops, which now we waste it like anything. I remember watching a movie which got national award, nationally acclaimed also, where they had shown about the importance of water in Rajasthan, where there is no water. But this movie was made there, where a lady is suddenly seeing a washroom, a bathroom, which is there, and the water is floating down through there. It's been flowing outside, and they are carrying buckets of water from one place to the other. So this movie really made an impact on me too, that when we are not able to save a single drop which we are getting, the facility, we utilize it and we blame others that they are responsible for it. We are not getting the facility of the universe because of their problems. So this blame game should be stopped right away. So we need to save each and every single resources which we have with us, and whichever way is possible to spread the awareness. My previous speaker had spoken very extravagantly about these important topics and the work they have been doing, especially Laura ma'am had taken out her students with giving that awareness. So it was really very nice and touching to listen to Laura ma'am, what she did in her part of work with her students. So basically, it is now the need of an hour. The miracle, it is not to fly in the air or to walk on the water, but the miracle is right now to walk on earth. So if you can walk on earth with that confidence and with that oxygen level, then that is the miracle which we can create. So right now, it is very important to spread the awareness amongst everyone. And IDYM, I'm really, really thankful that has taken up this, and they have separated it in 3 days to spread this awareness. So coming back to my topic, which I'm going to speak about, Earth Day, just in short, because already the great speakers have spoken a lot about the Earth Day and its importance. So just we all know that the entire solar system, Earth is the only planet that has sustained the life. Earth Day is really, really celebrated to protect the earth from all the man-made harm which we are creating. Every day, new harmful elements are coming up, new, the chemistry which has been built up that is destroying the aura of the earth. It is celebrated worldwide, we know, of course, 22nd April every year. The idea is basically, which was taken in the UNESCO conference in 1969, and later it became declared as an Earth Day on 1970, 22nd April. But this clarity, now we understand, now we realize why is it important after the pandemic. We cannot breathe in the oxygen which we have not grown. So it is our moral duty to plant a tree on a special days, maybe our anniversary, our birthdays. We need to plant one tree and at least help the Mother Earth in certain way. It is very, very clear that we must reevaluate our relationship with Mother Earth. It is the human caused climate change that is intensifying the extreme climate events, such as the heat waves now we are experiencing in Mumbai. Those who are here from Mumbai, India, they are experiencing the heat waves. The last few days, couple of days, which we have been experiencing, the floods, the drought, the tropical cyclones will impact the most vulnerable among us to begin with. And then, of course, it will grip us, all of us eventually. And now, if we do not make the course corrections right now, we will surely have an irreversible climate crisis in our hands. We already know the technicalities that around 1.1 degree Celsius of the average global warming is, but we have no time to stop this clock which is ticking at our head, to stop the greenhouse gas emissions by 2030, and truly invest in the resources, the collective action in the sustainable development, as well as the social and economic equity. As of course, my previous speakers have already pointed out that Aruna Vadkar ma'am had said very clearly that we need to spread the awareness. So defining this decade in a fight against the climate change, we must all do what we can in a small ways to protect and restore our forests and switch to the, the climate friendly things, the food systems, and become more energy sufficient by reducing our dependence on the fossil fuels, which is really creating that crisis in the atmosphere. So I always observe that there are many organizations who are coming up, so many people involved in protecting the earth, working towards this goal, but still there is lots more to be done on global scale by the world leaders, and especially the businessmen should come up. All the big businesses should really work on it, not working, of course, the economic goal is there, but rather than that, we should see that our Mother Earth is not constrained due to the economic development. I really feel that we all have this responsibility to, disseminate the information about the SDGs and raise the global awareness about this climate issues which we are facing now, and it has become a real big question mark in this year too. Of course, I have been into many campaigns, continue to work with the Tide Turner plastic campaign. I am there, a part of it, which tackles the plastic pollution in our oceans, and especially during the Ganpati celebration, when we always come up with new projects wherein we have the eco-friendly projects to be taken up. Then we stop, I'm working with the organization which stops the ocean pollution, lakes and rivers, the rivers which have been drying up in Mumbai. So we are trying to clean up the river by that, engaging the young population mostly in one such initiative which I'm working. I learn about them, how they are working, and whether this on ground, which makes this as I try to bring them in my own platform to converse with them, how they are doing. There are beautiful, amazing personalities who are really doing a lot of things. They are turning the rainwater, they are storing that and using it there are a lot of other ways. The drainage system has been shuffled. The projects which are coming up with, we should all get involved to create this awareness with the younger generation. So I basically feel that it's the time to spread awareness. If we are not able to spread the awareness, we will not be able to see a greener world, a beautiful world that we have always said, Sujalam, Supalam, Malayaju Shitalam, Shasha Shamalam, Mataram. So that if we have to see our great Earth, planet Earth, in that condition, we really all need to work. And as an educator myself, I try to create a different platform to make this little visible for my students to understand. Very little, very small things I try to do, nothing big. Carrying my own shopping bag, wherever I go, I don't ask for a plastic bag to the people there. Water bottle, the coffee mug which I'm using, the cutlery, using a bamboo toothbrush, refusing single use of plastic, buying organic cleaning products. All this I have started doing so that I can create an example for my students instead of just giving them advice. So it's better that we do it, and even started investing little by little into bringing around that awareness in the villages too. That makes them segregate the waste, creating in my own campus, I have tried to create a biodiverse balcony, which attracts the butterflies, and it's very beautiful to see when these butterflies and birds come chirping around. It's awesome to listen to them. You should try and see. It's just very, very attractive to see them. And I do it in my own way, in my own life as a responsible Earth citizen. I also try to do composting with and have all, of course, switched on largely to plant-based diet, but of course that is still in progress, going on. But yes, we can do that so that we can put more importance on the plant and try to shop mindfully. And only choose the labels that promote sustainability, which I always look into it. Whether I'm buying a perfume or any other cosmetic products, I see that this product is trying to promote the sustainability or not. It's these little things that can add up to create the better future, and we all can envision and hope for. So finally, I would like to conclude because already a great stalwarts have spoken. I especially feel Patricia ma'am too had spoken a lot about what are the activities which can be taken. And I loved the poem which Laura ma'am's student had recited, and speaking about the lines, what we should really do. It's really great, as already Aruna ma'am had said that, yes, if a small child can think about a Mother Earth, why not we? I have started on my march towards protecting the Mother Earth in whatever way I can. So it's like all of us, we should all start with a mission so that we can create this example to others. It's our responsibility. So to take care of the planet Earth, it's our responsibility to hand over Mother Earth in a healthier shape to control the coming generation. Let us all work together to make it a better place. Thank you so much. Happy Earth Day to all of you. And I hope after this, we will all plant one more tree today to celebrate Earth Day. And that would be the greatest achievement for everyone. Finally, I would again want to wish everyone on this platform, this nice global platform, happy Eid to everyone. And hats off to everyone who is working too during this festive season. It's a great dedication and respect for everyone. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. It was really a great speech, like always. And like as you said, ma'am, yes, we should be planting trees and yes, selecting a particular occasion, like when it is our birthday or anniversary or some any special occasions. If we plant trees and if we tell everyone to plant trees, of course, we'll be having a lot many trees. That is one of the greatest initiatives that we can be taking. And one more thing that I was noticing when you're speaking was that it is very easy to just preach, just give speeches. But before that, we should practice it. It is said that practice what you preach. I could just listen from you the way you are actually practicing so many things to save the Mother Earth. So hats off to you, ma'am. Thank you very much for joining with us. And now I call upon the next speaker, Poonam Gothi, ma'am, from Kanpur, Principal of Chitra Group of Institutions. Poonam Gothi, ma'am.
Good evening.
Good evening, ma'am.
Very good evening to all of you. I am very thankful to Ravi sir for giving me this opportunity. सबसे पहले तो हम लोग आज जिस चीज के लिए एकत्रित हुए हैं वो हमारी संस्कृति की बहुत बड़ा तत्व है कि हम सभी चीजों को बहुत ही महत्व देते हैं, चाहे वह प्रकृति से मिली हुई वस्तु हो या प्रकृति से बने हुए कोई भी तत्व हो। हमारी परंपरा के अनुसार हम हर एक वस्तु का सम्मान करते हैं, क्योंकि हमारा शरीर भी 5 तत्वों से मिलकर बना है। उसी तरह से पृथ्वी भी विभिन्न तत्वों से मिलकर बनी है। इन विभिन्न तत्वों में जो कि महत्वपूर्ण तत्व हैं, उसको जानने से पहले हम ये जानते हैं कि हमारी पृथ्वी क्या है। तो हमारी पृथ्वी सूर्य से तीसरा ग्रह है और यह एकमात्र ऐसा ग्रह है जिसपे जीवन मौजूद है। इसलिए हम इसको अपनी माता कहते हैं, पृथ्वी को अपनी मातृभूमि भी कहते हैं। आकार और द्रव्यमान की दृष्टि से यह सौर मंडल का 5वां सबसे बड़ा ग्रह है। यह विभिन्न तत्वों, प्रजातियों और जीवित प्राणियों से मिलकर बना है। पृथ्वी पर जीवन का अस्तित्व पृथ्वी के विभिन्न तत्वों के कारण ही संभव है। इन तत्वों में मुख्य रूप से ऑक्सीजन शामिल है, जो श्वसन के लिए सबसे महत्वपूर्ण गैस है। इसके साथ ही नाइट्रोजन हमारे शरीर में कई कार्बनिक घटकों का निर्माण करती है और पौधों को पोषण देने में मदद करती है। फास्फोरस जो कि हमारा तीसरा महत्वपूर्ण तत्व है, पानी, मिट्टी और तलछट में पाया जाता है और इसमें फास्फेट खनिज होते हैं। हाइड्रोजन मुख्य रूप से पानी में संयुक्त रूप से मौजूद है। हम पृथ्वी दिवस मनाते क्यों हैं या 2023 का एजेंडा क्या है? इस वर्ष पृथ्वी दिवस की जो थीम है वो है इन्वेस्ट इन अवर प्लेनेट। अब हम अपने प्लेनेट के ऊपर जो भी इन्वेस्ट करना चाहते हैं, सबसे मेन मुद्दा हमारा ये है। यह दिन भविष्य की पीढ़ियों के लिए पृथ्वी के प्राकृतिक संसाधनों की रक्षा करने की आवश्यकता के बारे में लोगों को जागरूक करने के लिए है। हम पृथ्वी दिवस कब से मनाना शुरू कर रहे हैं? सबसे मेन महत्वपूर्ण बात यह है, 1970 में जिस समय कि कोई भी कानून नहीं था पृथ्वी की रक्षा को करने के लिए या वायु की रक्षा को करने के लिए, जब हमारे पास कोई अधिनियम नहीं थे स्वच्छ जल के लिए, तब गेलार्ड नेल्सन ने इन मुद्दों पे विचार करके पृथ्वी दिवस की स्थापना की, जिसको कि कुछ ही समूह में 149 देशों ने मनाना शुरू कर दिया था। आज की सबसे बड़ी जो समस्या है हमारे सामने, अनेक समस्याएं हैं जिनसे कि हम सब घिरे हैं, लेकिन सबसे महत्वपूर्ण समस्या जो है वो वायु प्रदूषण की है। आज की सबसे बड़ी समस्या पर्यावरणीय समस्याओं में से एक बाहरी वायु प्रदूषण की है। विश्व स्वास्थ्य संगठन WHO ने एक डेटा के द्वारा पता लगाया कि अनुमानतः 4.2 से 7 मिलियन लोग वायु प्रदूषण के कारण अपने जीवन को खोते हैं और 10 में से 9 लोग ऐसी हवा में सांस लेते हैं जिसमें उच्च स्तर के प्रदूषक तत्व मौजूद होते हैं। हमारे ग्रह का सामना करने वाली प्रमुख पर्यावरणीय समस्याएं रातों रात प्रकट नहीं हुई हैं। वे एक साथ काम करने वाली कई ताकतों का परिणाम हैं। हमारे तकनीकी नवाचार, हमारी खपत करने वाली आदत और पिछले 200 वर्षों में मानव आबादी में घातीय वृद्धि के साथ साथ धन की हमारी खोज, हमारी पृथ्वी के साथ शोषण के परिणाम स्वरूप हम इन सभी चीजों का सामना कर रहे हैं। उन सभी चीजों में सबसे महत्वपूर्ण है भूकंप, बाढ़ और कोविड-19 जैसी बीमारी, जिससे कि हम 2 साल तक इतने ज्यादा प्रभावित रहे कि जो हमें आगे बढ़ना चाहिए था, हम बहुत ही पीछे आ चुके हैं। इन्हीं सब कारणों से हम प्राकृतिक तत्वों से दूर होते जा रहे हैं, क्योंकि हम अनदेखा करते हैं प्राकृतिक तत्वों का। हम अपने कुछ लाभ के लिए प्रकृति से प्राप्त होने वाली वस्तुओं का ऐसा उपयोग करते हैं कि जैसे कि उसको हमें आगे की पीढ़ी के लिए सुरक्षित नहीं रखना है। तो हमें प्राकृतिक दिवस में मना के सिर्फ एक दिन नहीं मनाना चाहिए, हमें डेली इस चीज के लिए अपने छात्रों को ऐसी शिक्षा प्रदान करनी चाहिए जिससे कि वह इसके लिए अवेयर हो कि हमको जो चीज मिली है वो चीजों का हमें एक संकुचित मात्रा में ही इस्तेमाल करना चाहिए। आगे आने वाले भविष्य के लिए हमें उन चीजों को सुरक्षित रखना चाहिए। इन्हीं चीजों के कारण आज हमने भी अपने विद्यालय में प्राकृतिक दिवस, अर्थ दिवस को मनाया था, जिसका कि अभी हम आप लोग को पीपीटी जो है ग्रुप में शेयर कर देंगे। आगे की बात करते हैं। इन ताकतों ने दुनिया भर में कई लोगों के लिए आर्थिक अवसर पैदा करने और जीवन स्तर को बढ़ाने के लिए पृथ्वी के चेहरे को बदल दिया। जैसे जैसे समय बीतता गया, हालांकि वैज्ञानिकों ने पता लगाया कि यदि जनसंख्या वृद्धि और ग्रह के प्राकृतिक संसाधनों की अत्यधिक खपत बेरोक टोक जारी रहेगी, तो वे हमारी प्रजाति के अस्तित्व के साथ साथ लाखों अन्य लोगों के अस्तित्व के लिए गंभीर खतरा पैदा करेंगे। स्थायी खाद्य पदार्थों का सेवन करें। आज के समय में हम जिन चीजों से गुजर रहे हैं उनके लिए हम कुछ ऐसे तत्वों का यूज करें, प्रयोग करें, जिससे कि हम अर्थ की रक्षा कर सके। इसके लिए हमें स्थायी खाद्य पदार्थों का सेवन करना होगा, बैटरियों को ठीक से रिसाइकल करना होगा, घर से बनी हुई खाद्य उत्पादनों का प्रयोग करना होगा और इस उद्देश्य के लिए अधिकृत स्थानों में दवाओं का निपटान करना होगा। इन आर्थिक गतिविधियों के बीच उद्योग, खेती, स्टॉक ब्रांडिंग के लिए अधिक पर्यावरण अनुकूल मॉडलों को प्रोत्साहित करना होगा, जैसे कि सोलर एनर्जी का यूज करना होगा, इलेक्ट्रिक व्हीकल्स का यूज करना होगा और साथ ही साथ ऐसी ऊर्जा का प्रयोग करना होगा जिससे कि हमारे कृषि संसाधनों को नुकसान ना हो। अपनी जैसा कि हम लोग ने सोशियोलॉजी में पढ़ा था कि झूम खेती होती है, जिसमें कि हम खेती करने के बाद उस जगह को जला देते हैं, वहां पे दोबारा खेती करने योग्य वो स्थान नहीं बचता है। तो झूम खेती को हम कम करें या उसको ना करें, इसका जिससे कि प्रकृति की उर्वरक क्षमता खत्म ना हो। पर्यावरण को बचाने के लिए हमें जागरूकता अभियान को और आगे बढ़ाना होगा। थैंक यू सो मच अंजू मैम।
थैंक यू मैम, थैंक यू वेरी मच। जैसे कि आप कह रहे थे, सच में
जस्ट 1 मिनट, एक कविता बोल सकती हूँ? ओनली 4 लाइन।
हाँ, बोलिए।
कोहनूर का जलवा है, जन्नत का नजारा है, कश्मीर की धरती पे एक स्वर्ग हमारा है। कोहनूर का जलवा है, जन्नत का नजारा है, कश्मीर की धरती पे एक स्वर्ग हमारा है केंद्र तपस्या का, ऋषियों की ये धरती है, इस धरती की कुदरत भी आराधना करती है, हम इसको सदा पूजे, ये फर्ज हमारा है, कश्मीर की वादी में एक स्वर्ग सा नजारा है। थैंक यू सो मच मैम।
Thank you very much, ma'am. It was really inspiring.
Yeah.
Yes.
Poonam, did you write it yourself? आपने लिखा हुआ
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Oh wow, wonderful.
Thank you, ma'am.
Sorry, Anjum ma'am, you can continue.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, so with this, I call upon the next speaker, Dr. Preeti Shrimal, ma'am. Preeti, ma'am.
Yes. Am I audible? So
yes,
a very good evening to all the panelists. I'm speechless, and as it always happens with the last speaker, There is so much which has been shared, so many insights which have been discussed, that I feel that I am totally enriched, and there's so much that I can take away from today's talk. First of all, I'll begin by thanking IDYM, Ravi ji, as always, for taking the initiative of organizing this wonderful, wonderful 3-day conference on the Earth Day, and inviting all of us to share our views, to learn from each other. Basically, a kind of collaborative learning, sharing, wherein we can all benefit and, of course, take home and implement and try and make that little difference in the world around us. So thank you, Ravi ji. It was a pleasure listening to everyone, Aruna ji, Rachna ji, or Poonam ji, and all the speakers, including the guests over here. I joined a little late because there was some kind of a technical problem. But of course, I'll again see it on the YouTube. But everybody has given such wonderful ideas, shared their thoughts on something which is so important and so critical and significant for us, the Earth. We have only one Earth. Like they say, we have not inherited it from our ancestors, but we have borrowed it from our future generation. And we owe it to our future. The footprints that we leave behind, the kind of pollution, the kind of destruction, the kind of problems, challenges that we leave behind is something which is going to impact our future generation. I would like to, of course, begin with a quote by Roosevelt, that a nation that destroys its soils destroys itself. Forests are the lungs of our land, purifying the air and giving fresh strength to our people. So all of us, as very responsible and very mindful citizens, have to first of all walk the talk. Rachna ji has shared such wonderful ideas which she's implementing, imbibing, and of course practicing. Same way, all of us as edu leaders have to not just follow these ideas in our own lives, but also inspire the youth. That's extremely important. And I think the theme is very aptly titled, Invest in Our Planet. So I think investment is not just in the planet per se, in the world around us, in the earth around us, but it is also investment in our future generation. Let us invest in them ideas, let us invest in them thoughts, let us invest in them a sense of responsibility, wherein they go ahead and save, protect, and nourish the future. They protect, save, nourish the earth, which they are going to, of course, be a part of, and which will, of course, be inherited by them. So let us all invest in our future. Let us all act mindfully, innovate broadly, and implement equitably. Beautiful theme given, which are actually such important pillars, not just for the Earth Day, but for all of us to follow in our lives. So when we talk of Earth Day, the first thing that comes to our mind is, of course, the pollution around us, the kind of the air which we are breathing, the kind of food that we are eating, the kind of things that we are utilizing. We have become very commercial. We have become a quick fix generation. So when we go to the market, most of the time, most of us do not carry a bag with us. So we just buy the plastic bags which are there. We use paper napkins around us. We throw litter anywhere, everywhere. We're talking of the general mindset. And I remember once what Abdul Kalam had said, that Indians, when we go to any foreign nation, especially when we go to Singapore or we go to the US or anywhere across the country, we are so mindful. We are so particular that we do not litter the place, that we do not throw garbage. Why? Because probably we are scared of being fined. So these are, why don't we just imbibe them in our own country? So these are little nuggets which we need to share, which we need to create a value system in our youth. And when I talk of youth, I talk about the future generation. I myself am a school leader. And like all the school leaders, we celebrated Earth Day today. And in our celebrations, we were once again, revisiting the pledge that we have been taking over a period of years, wherein we have asked all the students to stop using polythene, to also inspire, encourage, and motivate their parents to stop using anything which cannot be recycled, which cannot be reused. Because, when a child is encouraging the mother, or when a child is putting across a message, it carries so much of weightage. And parents also feel that, okay, maybe if my child wants me to do it, that probably I should adopt this practice. So we have declared this year to be, of course, along with the G20 theme, to be a polythene-free year. And we will make all attempts that we can to ensure that we as a school do not carry polythene, we do not discard polythene. And we have the first attempt that we did was we asked all our students to make paper bags. I will share all the PPTs and I will share the images of the beautiful work that the children did from all the waste paper which was around. Paper bag, which can, of course, serve so many purposes. And last year, even during COVID, we went around, distributing paper bags and also cloth bags made out of rags to all the vendors who were there in the locality, in the vicinity. We asked every child to spread the awareness of not using polythene, but at the same time, giving the alternative that here, I'm sharing a paper bag with you, or I'm sharing a cloth bag with you. So make sure that the next time you pick up a plastic bag, the paper bag is there to give you an idea and to make you aware of the kind of damage which is being done by the very, very poor quality polythene being used by all these vendors. So that was one activity which we did. Another activity in terms of acting mindfully is that we have created the slogan, of course, of reusing, recycling, reducing, and also reinventing and revisiting our practices. What is it that we can go back home and tell our parents? We as edu leaders, we as citizens can do, which will prevent us or stop us from wasting the powerful, the so valuable, the very, very precious resources around us. Simple things like switching off the lights and the fans. Of course, it's extremely hot and most of us want to be comfortable. So we have our air conditioners on. How we can keep the, the temperatures at a minimum so that there is less emission happening. As as people living in the modern society, there are certain privileges which we have adopted as a part of our life. But how can we, within this modern lifestyle, living the kind of comfortable lives that we are used to leading, reduce emission, make sure that we are mindful of the resources around us. So let us all reinvent, let us all revisit what we are doing and where can we make that little change, so that as everybody said, and also as Rachna ji said, that little drops of water go to make a huge ocean of change. So let us have those little drops, little ideas floating. And sometimes Laura ma'am must have shared and that how these youngsters, these young minds are so powerful. Their ideas are so innovative that we just have, if we listen to them, if we pay heed to them, I'm sure we can create a better environment, a more healthy world around us. Next is, of course, to innovate broadly. So in our school, last year after COVID, when we saw that, of course, the gardens were we had to take care of the gardens and the open space around us. So a group of my students, who were students who had green fingers, who were very fond of nature and gardening, they adopted that garden, and we used a technique which is called the permaculture. So this is a technique which is actually a sustainable technique. It is a technique wherein we use the three, the ethics of basically self-sufficient, self-sustaining agriculture or farming, which is done. And we tried it as a pilot project in our school. We created a Parma garden by the Eco Club, which we have. And friends, it was a barren piece of land. Within 3 months, this piece of land, without the usage of any fertilizer, without the usage of any pesticide, became a lush green garden with fruits, vegetables, in 3 months, we were able to actually create an organic ecosystem. Of course, we used compost. Of course, we used, the nature itself was acting as the pesticide, which was protecting the other plants. So supposing you plant a basil leaf, it acts as a pesticide and it gives shade and it gives the kind of, the kind of a scent which it emanates to make other the creatures around, the flies and all, just move away from that area. So this was a beautiful initiative which was taken with the help of the students, and I will share pictures of this Parma farm which we have. And whenever we visit it, there is a sense of achievement. We feel so happy about it, and my children feel so empowered that yes, they could make a difference. They were able to actually create something with the minimum of resources. And the three pillars on which Parma culture works is earth care, people care, and fair share. So while doing Parma farming, there was so much which the children learned. They learned to take care of the earth. They learned to take care of the people, because when we talk of organic farming, of course, we are taking care of our health. We are taking care that we do not unnecessarily consume pesticides or fertilizers, which all of us know are definitely not doing any good to our body or our health. And of course, a fair share, that whenever something is grown, there's enough for everyone's need, but definitely not enough for everyone's greed. So the other initiative which we have taken is, we all have adopted trees. We've made the students adopt trees. On their birthdays, we've asked them to plant a tree. So, we made it a practice that all of you come with a tree, you plant a tree, and during your stay in the school, watch the tree grow, blossom, and, the kind of happiness it gives you. It makes the children, they have a goal, they have something to look forward to. Can I go and plant my tree? My tree. So that makes you feel so happy that when they call it my tree, it's my earth. A metaphor that, yes, these are the children who are actually going to call it my earth. And they will, of course, take care of it. So we begin with small acts, and then these micro acts move on to become macro acts, macro tasks which they will take on when they move out and face the world outside, when they become citizens of a global world. The third thing that we did was we've got a lot of birds around because we live in an area where there are a lot of pigeons and sparrows. So we've created those small nests and those water pots. The children have done it themselves. They've created it, and they've made sure that there are water holders everywhere, wherein ample food and water is available for these sparrows and for birds and for all these little creatures around. So that children have planted in the school itself. We have taught the children the importance of segregation, how important it is to segregate waste. So we've asked them that all of you go to the airport, all of you see that there are different dustbins, but are we really mindful of them? Do we really follow the instructions? So let's follow instructions, and let us definitely be very, very careful of what we are imbibing, of how we are acting mindfully. So let us all innovate in our own way. And when we say innovate, we have to act. Policies, rules, all our talks will not hold any value unless and until they are implemented. So we have to implement whatever we say, whatever we feel. And if we are able to give that sense of urgency in our children, if we are able to make them realize that this earth belongs to all of us, this earth is something which you are going to inherit, that definitely, I'm sure they are already on the path of taking care of it. Today, when we had the assembly, all of them took a pledge. And
I think Preeti ma'am. Preeti ma'am.
Yeah, sorry, I think there was some glitch in my connection. So So basically, I think an Earth Day, like everybody said, is not a day which we should just celebrate, or we should just, give importance on one single day. It has to be practiced every day. All my eminent speakers have spoken so well. They've given such wonderful ideas. And I think it all begins with us. It's me, what I do, how am I actually creating that kind of an environment within the area where I live, in the school where I'm teaching. How am I able to inspire the children? So all of us know that whenever we are a little dejected, whenever we feel a little upset, all of us take the solace of a walk. Let's go for a walk. Let's go walk down the garden. But will there be gardens? Will we actually have trees? I can see in my own locality, I mean, every day there is a concrete jungle mushrooming everywhere. And we know how important it is for all of us to have an outlet, all of us to see green, all of us to have that kind of a solace from the fresh air when it is wafting through the trees. So let us all actually feel extremely responsible of what we have right now. Let's value it. We keep talking about saving the future. We keep talking about saving our earth. But at the same time, all the landslides that have happened, the kind of environment changes which we are experiencing, the kind of, recently we just read about earthquakes. We just read about how the temperatures have soared, how there have been, heat strokes, something which was unheard of many, many years ago. The heat was always there. But aren't we responsible for making it the hot and the hotter and the hottest that it is? Aren't we responsible? Why are we blaming the weather? Why are we blaming the day? Why are we saying, oh my God, how hot it is? Look at the weather. Look at the season. It's us who is responsible for doing what we have done to it. We are the ones who've been cruel to the environment, not the other way around. The environment has not been cruel to us. We have been cruel to it because we've not taken care of it. We have consumed it. We have overused it, but we have not valued it. We have not saved it. So I think on this Earth Day, if all of us can just work upon investing in our planet, investing in the future which is in our hands as edu leaders, I'm sure the Earth will of course be a much better place when the future generation inherits it. It's going to be a place where they will not just blame. It's a blame game which is happening. We still say that our parents had a better environment. Our parents did not need ACs, but who spoiled it? Somewhere down the line, all of us as human beings are responsible for what we are facing today. Hence, we have to celebrate Earth Day. Yes, it's important to save Earth. It's the only planet that we have, the beauty of Earth, the magic of Earth, the magnificence of Earth. That is what we see when we behold beauty. There's nothing like nature. The hues it has, the colors it has, the manifestations it has. So we all need to live in the beauty of Earth. We all need to respect it. And I would just like to end with this very small quote that as I walk with beauty, as I walk, the universe is walking with me in beauty. It walks before me in beauty. It walks behind me in beauty. It walks below me in beauty. It walks above me in beauty. There's beauty all around. I only need to preserve it, save it, conserve it. And I need to make it a happy place to live in. So thank you so much. Thank you so much. And I'm sure all of us are working at it. Like I said, it's work in progress, but we need to work harder because we don't have much time in our hand. Thank you, IDYM. Thank you, Anjum ma'am. As always, you are so good. Hats off to you. And yes, Eid Mubarak in advance. And once again, thank you, IDYM, for giving me this opportunity to share my thoughts.
Yes, thank you, ma'am. And yes, I think there are 2 to 3 more people dear participants, I just want to say that please be short, because for the last 2 hours there is power cut in my area, and with the mobile battery I can't manage for beyond 10 to 15 minutes. So please be short, just be short. Otherwise, in next 10 to 15 minutes, my mobile will be just off. So nextly, I call upon Hina Parmar ma'am. She's raising hands since last few minutes. Hina ma'am, please go ahead. Hina ma'am, are you there?
Thank you for giving me this opportunity, Ravi sir ji and all of us. हमारे सूर्यमंडल में केवल धरती ही ऐसा ग्रह है जहाँ जीवन है, जहाँ नदी, झरने, पहाड़, वन, अनेक जंतु प्रजातियां हैं और जहाँ हम सब मनुष्य भी हैं। लेकिन हम सब की लालच और लापरवाही के ने न केवल दूसरों जीव प्रजातियों के लिए बल्कि खुद अपने लिए और संपूर्ण धरती के लिए संकट पैदा कर दिया है। ऐसे में पृथ्वी दिवस जैसे आयोजन हमें जागरूक करने के लिए जरूरी है। आइए इस पृथ्वी दिवस पर हम धरती की पुकार सुने और इसे स्वच्छ सुरक्षित बनाए रखने के लिए अपना भरपूर योगदान दें। भारतीय पौराणिक ग्रंथों में पृथ्वी को मां के समतुल्य माना गया है। यह हम सबकी आश्रयदाता है। इसकी रक्षा करना हमारा कर्तव्य है। इस पर मौजूद बेशुमार संसाधन उपहार के रूप में हम सबको मिले हैं। प्रकृति ने इस पर जल, नदियां, पहाड़, हरे भरे वन और धरती के नीचे छिपी हुई खनिज संपदा धरोहर के रूप में हमारे जीवन को सहज बनाने के लिए प्रदान किए हैं। हम अपनी मेहनत से धन को कमा सकते हैं, लेकिन प्रकृति की इन धरोहर को अथक प्रयास करने के पश्चात भी बढ़ा नहीं सकते। इसीलिए हमें सबको इन धरोहर को सजाने का हर संभव प्रयास करना चाहिए। हमारी धरती बहुत ही सुंदर है। हमारी धरती बहुत ही सुंदर है। इसका एक बड़ा भाग पानी से ढका हुआ है। पानी की अधिकता के कारण ही इसे ब्लू प्लैनेट के नाम से भी जाना जाता है। लेकिन हम सबकी लापरवाही के चलते ग्लोबल वार्मिंग और पोल्यूशन की वजह से यह सुंदर ग्रह अब खतरे में नजर आ रहा है। इसको बचाने के लिए पृथ्वी दिवस जैसे जागरूक बनाने वाले आयोजन और अभियानों की आवश्यकता है। Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, ma'am, for your short presentation. And yes, of course, the other speakers, those who are remaining, please be short. As I told you, my problems that I'm having on this side. And yes, with this, I call upon the next speaker, Dr. Vishwanath Panigrahi. Dr. Vishwanath. Dr. Vishwanath, sir, are you ready to speak?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, sir, please go ahead. Yes, sir, please go ahead.
Am I audible, ma'am?
Yes.
Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you're audible.
Hello. Okay. Good morning, good evening, and Jai Jawahar from Chhattisgarh. I, Dr. Vishwanath Panigrahi, President Green Society, welcome each and everyone. My sincere gratitude to IDYM, Honorable Ravi Kumar sir, for giving me this golden opportunity to speak something from the global conclave. From today, a beautiful 3 days, we are going to celebrate Earth Day, which was started 53 years back in the year 1970. Our Mother Earth, we call it our Mother Earth. Bhumi Mata Putro Aham Prithvyam. Earth is our mother. Today, whatever we are experiencing, that our Mother Earth is not in a healthy condition. The health of our mother is not good. And when our health of our mother is not good, then how we will be healthy? This is the main question. And who is responsible for it? We all know that when the nature was created, we are blessed with air, water, forest, so many things to sustain our life in this earth, in their purest form. But for the sake of our enjoyable life, we have destroyed this purest form of nature. We have cut down the trees, destroyed the forest. We have polluted all the air bodies, and today we are suffering all around pollution. Air is polluted, water is polluted, earth is not in good condition, best healthy condition, and we are facing and we will face in future times so many challenges due to who is responsible for this all? We ourselves, we are the human, we are irresponsible. We have cut down all the major trees. You know, every year 6 million hectare lands are being Mahatma Gandhi, but today we are going to fulfill our greed, not our need. And that's why we are facing everywhere challenges. And in the coming year, how will we imagine that our life will be in a good condition? We have polluted each and everything: earth, air, sea. Our ocean, it is called the ocean is almighty, but ocean is also helpless in these days due to our activities. A poet has written some lines in Hindi. हमने देखा नहीं है समंदर को जरा गौर से, वो भी जी रहे हैं मुसीबतों के दौर से, ले जा रहे हैं लोग दरख्तों को काट कर, उजाड़ रहे हैं जंगलों को जोर जुल्म से. We have to stop this all. If we like to live a beautiful life in this earth, we have to stop this all, and we should restore the purity of the nature of the earth. And I, being president of a Green Care Society, very happily I announced this, that with the best cooperation and support of our Sri Amujuri Vishwanath, who is CEO and director of our Green Care Society India, and he will speak tomorrow, or he will learn tomorrow in detail. We are insisting 4 hours instead of 3 hours. And this is a beautiful innovation by Amujuri Vishwanath. He has added one more hour to repeat. Fourth hour, 3 hour we all know, but 4th hour is to repeat this our all actions. And I am also a brand ambassador of Clean India movement and a Swachh Bharat Mission. And nowadays I am in campaigning to stop the use of single-use plastic. And I have given one slogan: single-use plastic, quit India. And we are getting good result with the support of people, our local people. And now,
Sir, are you? Yeah. You can speak, sir. Because your voice is breaking, sir.
My voice is breaking.
Yes, sir, it's breaking.
Okay.
You're not able to hear it properly.
Okay, now I have to clear for things. Then what to do
And
now?
so please wind up. Please wind up, sir.
Okay, okay, thank you. Now again, I thank. I and team. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Yes, any more people who would like to speak? Please be short. Anyone who would like to speak?
No. No, ma'am.
No,
Thank you.
Anjum ma'am, I
So,
just want to wish everyone Eid Mubarak. Have a happy Eid tomorrow. Chand is coming amazing after the Ramzan month. So I would again like to wish everyone in this podium happy Eid.
Thank you, ma'am. Yes, anyone else in the participants list whom I can see? Anyone who would like to speak? Should I conclude the session?
Major Muhammad Ali, happy Ramzan, happy Eid to you too.
Yes, thank you. I
so much,
got
ma'am,
the
to you as
signal
well.
from Ravi. Yes, anyone is speaking? Yes, anyone who is speaking? Okay. Yes, we are done with the speakers for today, and thank you very much to all the speakers who joined with us. And now we are closing the meeting. Okay, thank you everyone, and thank you. Special thanks to Ravi Shankar sir for arranging this wonderful program, which is actually a very great platform through which we are creating awareness around the world. So thank you one and all. Thank you one and all for joining.